Everybody wants some blast of magic, 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 magic. Look up the magic in me.
It's Wednesday, and it's time for the next episode of Magician 101, the show for all magicians, take two. This is my second time doing this today because the audio didn't record for some apparent reason, because I think I had it on the wrong microphone setting. So I have to refilm this whole thing again. So yeah, so we're going to get to the questions in just a moment. Before I get to the questions, though, I do want to run something by you and get your thoughts on it. So as you know, I have another show I upload on Fridays called The Talk is Right, the weekly UCast with game shows, magic, and more. And I film it in front of a brick wall backdrop, which is right against that wall over there. I have some extra brick wall left. I do. And I was thinking about putting some of this brick wall against the magic shop background. I was thinking about putting the brick wall on the sides here, taking the posters down, putting the brick wall up, putting the posters against or attached to the brick wall. So I was thinking about doing that, and that would also, the brick wall would be on the top here, going all the way to the top, all the way across, and then all the way down, and even down in this little cubby hole right here. Now, let me know what you guys think of it. Me putting the brick wall, this brick wall, against the two sides and around the top. If you think that, if you like it, or just let me know your thoughts on it. If you think you might want to see it up, I'll hang it up. If you don't think you're gonna like it, maybe you think it looks too busy, or you like the blue, just the blue color with the posters, that's cool too. Let me know your thoughts down below, as well as post your questions for next week. I'll answer your questions next week, and I'll also make the decision next week if I should hang up the rest of this brick wall around the sides of my magic shop. All right, we're gonna throw that over there. Let's get to the first question. Brendan Shepherd Studios, Inc. has the first question. What are you going to post after the 365-day Magic Challenge is over? Because I don't want it to end sad face. All right, here is the plan for after the 365-day Magic Challenge. I'm going to be taking probably like a week or two break. Not from YouTube completely. I'm still going to do Magician 101, and I'm still going to do The Talk is Right for those 2 weeks I'm off on break. But I won't be posting a video every single day, because it takes a lot of energy to post a video every single day. You got to make a new video. I don't make mine every day. I film mine in batches, but you have to make new videos. You got to think of what you want to do and all that stuff. So I'm probably going to take a week or two break from posting as frequently as I am now. I'll still do, like I say, Magician 101, and I'll still do Talk is Right. And then when I come back from break, we're going to have that big contest I've been teasing about, the Digital Magician of the Year. So I'm not going to go into that yet, because I still have about a month and a half before I get into that. So I'm not going to get into that on this show right now. But there will be a contest at the probably mid or end of January of next year, so 2014. And then I also have an idea. I've been throwing around some ideas. I do want to do something magic related. I have Magician 101, I have Talk is Right. I was thinking on Monday, I'll do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday video. Monday, posting some kind of video, whether it be, it's going to be magic related. I'm going to call it it's sort of like Collins Keys Magic Monday video. Something like that, but it won't be called Magic Monday. It might be called, I don't know, it's going to be called something else. But I'm still in the process, I'm still in the development stage of that show, because I still have about, like I say, a month and a half before I even have to start thinking about 2014. So I'm going to wait a couple weeks on that before I start giving any more juicy details about that. So I'm not going to go anywhere. A lot of people have been wondering. I know I got a couple of messages asking me if this channel is going away after 365-day Magic Challenge, and it's not. It's still going to be Talk is Right. There's still going to be game show parties, and there's still going to be Magician 101, and some other fun surprises along the way as well. All right. Brendan has another question. We'll get to his in just a moment. I want to first talk about Mr. Tadpole 221's question. What is the crown trick behind Antac 2, and what is your favorite close-up trick with money? All right, well, first of all, the crown trick has moved because I reorganized all the shelves here. He's talking about this crown trick right here that I'm standing in front of, this one right here. This is Confusing Crowns, a really great kid show item. Now, because this is my second take and I'm beat, I am so beat because I had to, yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to do the performance here. I've already done it for the 365-day Magic Challenge. It's day number 127. So go look at that. Type in day number 127 on my when you search on my channel, and you can see the Confusing Crowns demo that I did, and also my review of it. But I use it in my kids' shows quite frequently, so it's definitely a great routine to use. And he also says, what is your favorite close-up trick with money? I don't do very many money tricks because I'm not very good at the sleight of hand required to do money tricks. Like when you do a bill switch, I'm terrible at bill switches. I do a couple of magic tricks with money. I do Barry Taylor's Ultimate Penny Routine. And I've already done that for the Magic Challenge as well. I'm not going to do the demo here. I did perform it on the first take of this, but again, I'm super tired and I don't feel like filming it right now. So go check out day number 59 of the 365-day Magic Challenge. You can see my performance of that. So definitely go check that out. And another one I like to do, which I don't have right now, I'm ordering another one from Magic Geek. It's $2 Twister, which is a really great trick. That's where you take a $2 bill and you tear it, you tear it, and then it turns into two $1 bills. Really, really cool. And then you can hand the $1 bills out for examination afterwards. Or if you're standing in a line, like at Starbucks or something, you can hand out the dollars as like a tip or as some of the money you pay with. Really cool. So at a Magic Geek and El Capitan Magic's $2 Twister, really great trick. I highly recommend both of those. But like I said, I think I have the $2 Twister gimmick in here somewhere. As I was cleaning my magic, I had that whole dressers over there. I found a couple of $2 bills, but I couldn't find the gimmick to go with it. So I don't know if I got rid of the gimmick or if it just happened to got thrown away. I don't know. So I will order another one from Magic Geek in a little bit. That's a really cool trick too, though, because it really does fool people. So $2 Twister and Barry Taylor's Ultimate Penny Routine are really good for street magic and close-up. So if you do street magic too, it's really good. And the really good thing about the Barry Taylor Penny Routine, it's quick. It's like no more than 40 seconds long. So if you only have a few moments to show somebody some really awesome magic, the Penny Routine, that works really good. All right, Brennan Shepherd Studios has the next question, and it says, when doing street magic like at the beach, how do you ask someone to see your magic, such as, would you like to see some magic? All right, I'm going to talk about this not in great detail because I think it was episode 11 or 12 of this show, Magician 101. I went over that in great detail, so you can go back and look at the older Magician 101s. I think it was I want to say it was number 11, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it was 11 or 12. But I will say that you want to ask open-ended questions. Don't ask a closed-ended question. Don't go up to somebody and say, would you like to see a card trick? Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a no. You want to ask an open-ended question like, hey, what's your favorite card in the entire deck? And they'll look at you and they'll say, what? They'll say, you know, your favorite card, like an Ace of Spades or a Queen of Hearts. And they'll say, I don't think I have one. It's like, no. Well, you got to have one. Mine's the Queen of Hearts. What's yours? You know, and they'll say, oh, Ace of Spades. And then you can go into an ambitious card routine using the card they named. So you could do something like an ambitious card or some kind of card trick where the Ace of Spades is in play. Doc Daly's last card trick, something like that is really, really good. And you can do that. And I find that's kind of a good way to get people interested in magic when they say you're their favorite card. And then they're like, oh, I get it. Another good thing to do is if you do ask a closed-ended question, which you really shouldn't, but if you do, the really good thing is to find a group of people. Don't just ask one person. Find a group of like 4 or 5 people who seem like they're having a good time. So if you're doing street magic, let's say you're doing it on the beach, on a boardwalk at the beach, let's say, like I did. You want to find a group of people like 4 or 5 who just don't care. They don't look like they're running to, you know, like when I perform, I'm usually performing at like 4 o'clock is when I start going out there and doing it at the beach. So people are getting ready to go to dinner, and if they look like they're rushing because they need to get to a dinner appointment because they had like called ahead or something, that's not good. People who are just kind of strolling around, you know, looking at the scenery, you know, not caring in the world, then you should go up to those people and definitely ask, because a group of people, somebody in that group is going to want to see a magic trick. You're not going to get, like, if you have a group of 5 or 6 people, all 6 of them are not going to say, nah, we're busy. No, one of them's going to say, oh, yeah, sure. Because that's the best thing to do is to get a group of people and then say, yes, because at least one of them's going to want to see a magic trick. And that's good, too. And also, that's good for anybody, too. If there's not a group, if you see a lot of solo people walking around, get people who are not on their cell phones, who don't have armloads of bags. People who look like they're just kind of strolling around. Like I performed in Washington, D.C., in DuPont Circle. DuPont Circle is great because, you know, people just kind of stroll around, looking at the scenery. Those are the people you want to try to get to watch your magic. And if you don't want to do the open-ended question thing, you can definitely have some kind of trick. One thing you can do, I have it down in here, I'm going to get one out, is one of these sponge bananas. Normally what I do is another good thing that I do, like on the streets of D.C., I'll have a banana and I'll just have it. And then I'll do the multiplying banana routine where one pops out and you're like, oh, wait, hang on, wait a minute. And then you put one in the hat and then another one pops out. You keep doing that. People will stop and stare and say, what is this guy doing? And they'll watch and kind of watch you. And as you see them watching, you say, that's pretty cool, right? And you go into your whole magic routine with these bananas. That's a good way to do it. Or you can also, if you don't want to use the bananas, I'm dropping bananas here. You can use the sponge ice creams. That's another really good one too, is the sponge ice creams. You can use that as well. Or I have some, I don't have it with me, but I do have it over here. Let me get it. You can do the electric deck if that's, you can do that where all it is, it's a deck of cards and you just do this. And I just do this. And as I'm doing this, I talk to people and I'm just like, hey, how are you today? Oh, that's cool. Hey, it's pretty neat, right? This deck of cards is kind of weird. I don't know how this works. But, then I just talk to the people as I do it. So that's a great way to get people. I love the closed-ended, or the open-ended question format. That's the best one. And other ways to do it, too, is to bark things at people. That's not really my style of magic, to bark things at people. Like, such as, show begins in 2 minutes, or like if you're doing a silk routine, watch the silk. I don't usually like to bark things at people. Not my style. I like to engage with the audience and engage in a question. So definitely do that. Try to do that. Engage in an open-ended question. Closed-ended questions, I don't know if I really said what they were, but there's something that people have to answer with a yes or a no. That's a closed-ended question. And Jay Brothwick has the final couple questions here. He says, hey, 444RR, hope you are well. I'm glad you like Trickster. If you don't know what Trickster is, it's Jay Brothwick. Go check his channel out. It's his weekly show that he posts where he does magic for live people. It's really cool. It's got some really cool tricks on there, too. I would like to know about Antac 2. I would like to know what tricks you get with this because it may make an appearance in Trickster. All right, Antac 2, where is it? I just reorganized this, so I'm kind of confused where everything is. Antac 2, really great trick by Christopher Ballinger. This is a trick where the routine that you get with Antac, you can only do one routine in this box. Two routines. Every other thing Chris Ballinger talks about in there, you have to go out and do a little prep work for, so it's not right out of the box. With Antac, the original Antac routine, you're out of the box, ready to go with Antac. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. That's the only one you can perform. And there's also one where you take a card and you can switch it out for another card. The gimmick lets you do that. You can also do that with the gimmick. But every other trick on here, which I'll go into in a moment, you need to go out and either buy props for or get props, and you have to do a little setup. So it's not right out of the box, ready to go. The only one is Antac. So let me go through the tricks on here. Antac, the original Antac trick is you have somebody draw food on a playing card, and then ants appear on the back of the card, and you flick the ants off the card, and they're in the spectator's hand. You flick them off into their hand. Really cool. If you're gonna do, I'll go this way with it. If you're gonna do Antac, you get enough ants to do the trick 5 times. But you can also buy for $2.99 or $3.99, something like that. It's this little dude. It's the Antac replacement, where it's the refill packs for the ants. In this guy, you get 10 times more ants. So if you're thinking about doing Antac in your Trickster show, the thing I would recommend is either do the trick over like concrete surface. Don't do it over a grass surface, because when those ants fall into people's cupped hands, sometimes they go, bah, like that. And if you're in grass, the ants are going to fall in the grass and you're going to lose your ants. That's why if you do it over like concrete or over a table, they can fall on a table and you can pick the ants right back up and reuse them. Because Chris Ballinger doesn't want you, he says, don't throw the ants away each performance. But he gives you enough to do enough, like 10, like with the Antac refill, there's enough in here to do 10 performances. And I'll dump out all the ants. You get 10 times more ants than you do in the Antac box itself. But you do get ants in the Antac box. So I do recommend, if you're going to do the Antac trick over grass, definitely pick up 1 or at least 2 of these little packets of ants. You only use, when you do Antac, about 4 or 5 ants each time. So you're not using all the ants when you do the trick. Let me put the ants back in the packaging here. The next trick you get on the Antac is my second favorite trick on there. The Antac one is my first favorite. I've been getting some really big reactions with that. My second favorite one on there is called Wipe Off. And Wipe Off is where you take a card and you wipe off the pips off the card. So all that's left are the indexes in the corner, but all of the rest of the card on the front is gone. And then, so now Chris Ballinger says, use a diamond because diamonds are easier. Then you wipe the diamonds off, and the diamonds appear, and they fall right off the card. It's really cool. It's one of the best routines on there, but you have to do a little bit of prep work, like I say, for that one. But when you do with the prep work, once you do it, you're ready to go, and it's a great trick. I don't do that one as much because I don't like carrying the props you have to. The ants are easier to carry, in my opinion. But it's a really great trick, though, the wipe off trick. You also get one where you take. You got to go out and buy stickers of currency, so of coins. I don't know the UK coins, what they look like, but the United States coins, you put coins on the back of the card. The spectator will touch a card. You flick off all of the coins on the card except for the one that they touch. That's a good one too. But again, I don't know where you go out and buy sticker sheets of currency of coins. You gotta go out and buy stickers with the coins on it, and you have to go out and buy like sheets of them because you got to redo it every time. That's an okay trick, but when Chris Ballinger does it on the DVD, it looks really cool. Another one on there is switching out cards. So if you do you could do some kind of like card switching with the Antac gimmick, which that's not really a trick. You just can switch out cards seamlessly without the audience knowing. Another good trick on there, if you can do it, is shooting the deck. Shooting the deck is where a spectator chooses a card. They make a gun with their fingers. They hit the deck. It bangs, and smoke appears from inside the deck. And then you fan through the cards, and there's one card that has like a bullet hole in it, and that's like singed. It's really cool, and you can buy the necessary props from Magic Geek to perform that with the Antac Revolver. This is the Antac Revolver expansion pack. So this gives you all the necessary items you need to perform the shooting the deck routine. I think he says like 80 times or 90 times, something like that. So you do it. And that gets a really big reaction too. I haven't done the trick yet. I'm still learning it, but it looks really cool from the demo. And then the last trick on there is making a live butterfly appear, where you have the spectator draw a butterfly on a playing card, and then a butterfly just appears, and the butterfly is now gone off the card. That utilizes a live butterfly, and I don't want to do a live butterfly in my show. So probably not going to do that routine, but that's a really good. It looks very, very cool, like visually stunning when you see Chris Ballinger make this butterfly appear. It's really cool. So I recommend picking up Antac because it's really good, and you're going to get a lot of good reactions, especially with the Antac, just the original Antac routines. I recommend picking that up. So good question, because it's a great trick. And if you want to see the performance of Wipe Off and Antac, the original Antac, I've done those for the Magic Challenge. You can go look those up. I should have put the day down, what day it was, but I've done it. You can punch in Antac to them. All right. And then it says, I'd like to know... Oh, sorry. That's already answered that question. Okay. And it says, what street tricks could you think of to buy for Trickster? Thanks. All right. Street tricks. There's a lot of good ones out there. A lot of them to name. Antac is a good one. If you don't have it, I want to see it make an appearance in Trickster, because he also says, I will let you know if there will be a Trickster Series 2. P.S. Is there anything you'd like to see in Trickster? If you have Mad Sponges, that gets a really good reaction, and it is a really cool trick to go out and perform. So I recommend doing Mad Sponges. If you don't have it, Magic Geek has some in stock. Definitely go check out Mad Sponges, because it's really cool, and it's one of my favorites to perform. If you have Mustache, go out and get Mustache. That's the one where you have these Mustache cards, and then you wipe the card across your face, and a mustache, just a fuzzy mustache appears on your face. It's a great trick to perform. I love that one. Any of the El Capitan tricks that I mentioned earlier, like $2 Twister, they have $2 Twister, Kaleidoscope Cards Elite. They have, the Triumph deck, and they also have, I feel like they have one more. I don't have it. $2 Twister, yeah. Those are some good ones to perform, too. They get good reaction out on the street. The good thing about the Kaleidoscope Cards Elite is the Kaleidoscope Cards Elite, they are poker-size cards. They're not bridge size, which most of the Kaleidoscope decks do come only in bridge size. So that's not as good. So that's why I like the Kaleidoscope Cards Elite a lot better than the regular Kaleidoscope cards. More street tricks. Redemption. Chris Ballinger. Any of the Chris Ballinger tricks are really good out on the street. The Shark, the Redemption, Mad Sponges, all those are really good out on the street. Antac. Redemption, of course, I already done that for the Magic Challenge video, so you can go take a look at that. That's where you take a card, you tear it up, and you make the pieces vanish, and then appear back on top of the deck as a fully restored card. Really, really cool. Barry Taylor's Ultimate Penny Routine works really, really good as well. So, you know, and you can go take a look at that. That's a good... I don't know if Barry Taylor still sells the instant download of that. You can probably find him on Facebook, or I think Barry's Magic Shop's Facebook page is still up, so you can go check out their Facebook page. Just Barry's Magic Shop, and go check that out, because he might be able to help you with the instant download of the Penny Routine, I think. I'm sure he'll be able to help you. Very nice guy. Barry Taylor. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. And let's see. Any other tricks that are good for on the street? There's a lot of really good ones if you want to do any of the some of the tricks and wand tricks that I've done for the 365-day Magic Challenge. Those are really good to do on the street, too. There's one called Build-A-Beast. That's a great one to do out on the street. I've never used it in a street setting. Like, I've never done it out on street. On the street. I've done it in close-up, but never out on the street. But it looks like a good trick that would work on the street. Because I haven't done a street show since I got the trick. So, that's why. I'm looking in... Oh, Chad Long's Flash. Another really good one to do on the street. That's where you take this dude, two little USB drives. One's black, one's red. And you make the red one, just do really cool things. And at the end, you take... I have it right down here, the black one away, and then it expands into this giant guy. It's really, really cool. And this one gets good reaction out on the street as well. The method's kind of simple for that, but it's really cool, though, when you do it. So, yeah, so that's probably a lot of the tricks that are really good for street. I think so. I'm trying to think if there's anything else inside of here, but I think that's pretty much it. And like I say, a lot of the Chris Ballinger ones are really good for street, and as well as the El Capitan stuff, too. El Capitan, if you don't know what that is, that's like, that they only sell from with Magic Geek. So it's only Magic Geek sells El Capitan products. And basically, it's, Chris Ballinger makes the instructional DVDs for the El Capitan tricks, and then El Capitan sells it exclusively through Magic Geek. So if you're wondering what if you haven't heard of that brand before, it's only a Magic Geek exclusive brand. Alright, so that is Magician 101 for this week. That was a lot of really good questions. Remember to post your questions down below for next week, and if you want to see a brick wall put up, definitely post your thoughts about that as well. Hopefully Take Two worked, hopefully the audio recorded, we'll find out in a moment, and that's Magician 101. I'll see you next week.